Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd.
April 25th, 1901, the Tigers debuted in their first ever Major League game. They played against the Milwaukee Brewers at Bennett Park and made a 14-13 comeback after a two-run double. Ty Cobb is one of the most famous Detroit Tigers players. He played for 22 years and holds more records than any other Major League player in history. In 1912, the Tigers moved to a new ballpark, Navin Field, named after their owner, Frank Navin. In 1928, Ty Cobb retired from the Tigers. In 1934, the Tigers tried to hire Babe Ruth as their manager. However, they ended up hiring Mikey Cochrane instead. In 1935, the Tigers finally won their first World Series against the Cubs. November 13th, Frank Navin passed away. Walter Briggs Sr., who had half ownership, bought his half of the team and became team president. In 1945, the Tigers won their second World Series, just 10 years after winning their first series against the Cubs. In 1955, Al Kaline joined the Tigers. He was the youngest player in league history to win a batting title. He finished off his season with a .340 batting average. Walter Briggs Sr. ended up passing away in 1952. In 1968, the Tigers won their third World Series, defeating the St. Louis Cardinals under management of Mayo Smith. On June 14, 1979, Sparky Anderson became the new manager for the Detroit Tigers. He would spend 16 seasons with the club. In 1984, the Tigers went to the World Series yet again and defeated the Royals. The Tigers finished the year with a 104-58 record. In 1992, Mike Ilitch became the new owner of the Detroit Tigers. After 87 years, the final game was played at Tiger Stadium on September 27, 1999. The team moved to a new ballpark, Comerica Park. In 2004, Ivan Pudge Rodriguez became the face of the Detroit Tigers. In 2005, Jim Leyland replaced Alan Trammell as manager. The club also acquired big names like Curtis Granderson, Dmitri Young, Miguel Ordonez, Placido Polanco, and Craig Monroe. In 2006, Jim Leyland rekindled the fire in Detroit baseball. The Tigers went on to the World Series for the first time since 1984. Jim Leyland became the American League Manager of the Year. Justin Verlander became Rookie of the Year, the Tigers' first since 1978. In 2007, Justin Verlander had his first no-hitter against Milwaukee, the first of the Tigers since 1984. In this same season, Placido Polanco won his first Gold Glove and was an All-Star at second base. In 2008, Tigers signed big hitter Miguel Cabrera. In 2010, Ernie Harwell, the voice of the Tigers, passed away. On June 2, 2010, Armando Galarraga was deprived of a perfect game after first base umpire Jim Joyce makes an incorrect call in the top of the ninth with 2 outs.
Are you kidding me? Why is he safe? You see right here.
This will forever haunt the Detroit Tigers and their fans.
Why is he safe?
Jim Joyce later apologized after seeing footage and seeing the incorrect call that he had made. 2011 was a hot year for Justin Verlander. He was the AL Cy Young winner as well as the AL MVP. He also threw his second no-hitter. The same year, the Tigers became the American League Central champs, the first time in 24 years. In 2012, Cabrera won the Triple Crown. In the same season, the Tigers were the American League Central champs again, making their first World Series appearance since 2006. In 2013, Max Scherzer was a new top dog. He got off to a 13-0 start. In Game 5, the Tigers were able to retire the Oakland A's to win their third consecutive American League Central Championship. After the season, however, Jim Leyland stepped down after 8 years of being the Tigers manager. Brett Ausmus would step into his place to become the new Tigers manager. In 2014, the Detroit Tigers would win their fourth consecutive American League Central Championship. The 2015 season was rough, with the Tigers adding up in injuries. After a 14-year partnership, owner Mike Ilitch and president and GM Dave Dombrowski parted. Dombrowski was fired on August 4th and was replaced by Al Avila. This takes us to the 2016 season.
The rain is over and gone. The flowers appear on the earth. The time of the singing of birds is come. And the voice of the turtle is heard in our land.
They're in a win now mode. As long as you got Justin Verlander, you got Miguel Cabrera, you got Victor Martinez, still productive players. You have a window with these great players that's still open.
Back, track, roll! That's the ball game! It's a 3-home run game for JD Martinez. A walk-off home run, James McCann.
Take me out to the ball game, take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back, let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. Oh, it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.